They said the plane was there right now.
It landed early.
It landed early.
Probably just walked past you. She's going to Harry Carey's for breakfast.
Okay, see ya.
She's going to have a simple little breakfast.
She traveled.
Well, where I work, one of the attorneys told me this is what happened to him when he went up to Michigan one weekend. I said, how are you? He said, I got a ticket while I was in Michigan. I said, oh my, what happened? He said, I'm driving along on these back roads trying to find my sister's cabin. And out of nowhere comes a pig. He said, I hit the pig. I killed him. He said, I pulled him over to the side of the road, thought he was dead. I go on my way. Pretty soon I see a police car following me with his lights flashing, pulls me over. He said, mister, you know, it's a law, against the law. You hit the pig, you should have filed a police report. How do you know if that pig was alive or dead? He said, well, I don't know, but I'm on my way. He said, you're going to get a ticket. So he wrote him out a ticket. And he had to go on his way. So I told the attorney, I said, well, wait a minute. How did the cop know you hit him? He said, the pig squealed.
We're hungry, we're checked in.
Red, white, and blue. American flag. Yay, #1. We made it.
So David was a little baby, and my mother kept smelling urine and stuff and hearing noises.
Yeah.
So one day she looked outside, and there's Chandrabachi urinating against the bricks outside of David's bedroom. And she went out, Chandrabachi, what are you doing here? Well, I have to go. I have to take a pee. And she says, well, you have your own bathroom down the stairs there. He says, well, Hungary, we go right outside where we was. She says, well, this is not Hungary, this is Hammond, Indiana. He says, you expect me to walk down all those stairs and go to that bathroom? She says, yes, you walk down the stairs and go to the bathroom. That's why you're there. I'm not going to go outside by my baby's window there. You got that?
Well,
That's another Chandrabachi story. And there are more stories. All the stories.
see, I was 19 when David was born.
Yeah, and I was 16. 16 times right there.
Yeah, but when David would cry, I remember yelling at Mom, can you shut that kid up? Well, I was going to Purdue, working in a Nelson drugstore. That's another videotape.
It was tough.
Oh yeah, life.
It was.
And I'm playing music too, so it was fun.
But I remember when David was a baby, he would drink a huge bottle of milk. And there was glass bottles then.
Yeah.
I remember his crib was in my bedroom. Mom was laying down with this big bottle, and he would drink it and then throw it over the side of the crib when he was done. And a lot of times it would break.
Yeah.
Mom would say, now Linda, watch, if you're awake when he's throwing that, try to get the bottle.
Catch the bottle.
Because otherwise David
Put a net outside and fasten it.
It's locked, so we can't escape. Thank you.
What's your name?
Betsy.
Good to meet you. I'm Linda. This is
My name's
his
Andy,
brother
his
Andy.
oldest
I'm
brother.
Andrea. This is
Long time ago, when we were both dumb and stupid playing on the tracks
oh God, me too.
on East Chicago, or Indiana Harbor, we were trying to figure out how fast we could measure how fast a train are going by us. And you and I thought this out because my mom bought me a watch that had a sweep second hand. And so you figured out we would measure 100 feet, and I would figure how many seconds it took for the train to do the 100 feet. And mathematically, you figured out the speed of the train. So I stood at one end, you were doing this with your hand. When the train went past you, you went like that. I saw how many seconds were going. And when it passed me, I counted, you know, like 15 seconds. Okay, so it took 15 seconds for the train to do 100 feet. I don't know what the equation is, but you came up with it, and that was fantastic.
Smarter than I could ever be.
I know.
I know how smart these guys were when you caused that flood in Grandma's basement. Remember the old fence on Pensy Avenue by the railroad tracks? There's a big puddle of water. So what do Andy and Jim do? Let's see if this little piece of fence will have go like that. Remember you poked it? The water came gushing and rushing down into the poor Mexicans' apartment in the basement. And I ran like crazy because they only got me in trouble when they were doing stuff. And they disappeared so fast, I don't know where they went. So I ran to them and said, Jimmy and Andy, did they?
Grandma's old building, and we lived upstairs, if you remember, above the grocery store. Well, when the guy would deliver coal, there was a big thing on the side where he'd open up, dump all the coal in there. Well, as soon as he delivered it, you and I would climb this mountain because it was huge down there in the basement, and we thought we were like climbing the Himalayas or something. And we'd get so dirty from all this coal dust. And then we'd come upstairs in the store, Grandma would throw you and me in the tub, and she threw Brillo in her,
Tide.
or rinso.
Scrub brush.
Scrub dust. She said, you boys are so dirty. Peace squish. Peace squish is dirty out here.
Yeah.
Oh, she just couldn't stand
Wash
it.
you up real good.
But
Yes, sir.
You were a teacher in Pennsylvania at Juniata College. Do you remember doing that? Juniata. And you taught band. There was a big thing. You organized the actual band, and they honored you. They made a T-shirt with a picture of you on it, playing the horn.
yeah,
At Juniata College.
yeah.
Anyway, you were moving from Juniata College back here to Texas, and you called me and said, I'm going to be coming through Hammond, make a spot, I built you a computer. And I said, okay, and you came in, you didn't even sleep overnight. You plugged it in. You said, here, it started up. I gotta go. I said, wait a minute, I don't know anything about computers. You said, you can't hurt it. So I learned. And one day I had a problem with the computer. I called you on the phone.
My phone?
Yeah, your phone at your house in Texas, and I was in Hammond. I said, Jim, something's wrong. All my color is all washed out. And all my icons on my desktop are all shrunk small. I never saw this before. You said, oh, here's what we're going to do. And you told me, click this, click that. Now you're going to see these numbers. Hit number 5. Do this, do that. I said, how do you know what to do? You said, I said, how brilliant he was. You said, we're going to tell your computer that we're putting in a new color card. But we're not really.
Because we don't have color.
So you told the computer that that's what you were doing, and you fixed it.
Yeah.
Little Johnny.
Little Johnny, your son was little, and you came to Mom's house, remember in Munster? Our Mom's house on Calumet Avenue in Munster, near Hammond.
Across from the
Anyway, you came, and Johnny was in the bathtub when I came over to Mom's, because Mom called and said, oh, Jim's here with the kids. I guess your daughter Andy was just tiny baby. Johnny was a toddler. And I said, oh, I'll be over, Mom. So I came in, and you were talking with Mom, and I went in the bathroom, and Johnny was sitting in the bathtub. And I said, hi, Johnny, I'm your Aunt Linda. He was, I said, your daddy told me you're very, very smart, that you know how to count. And he just stared at me. I said, your daddy said you could count. Can you count? And he kept staring. I said, you know, 1. And he said, 1. I said, 2. 2. We got all the way to 10. I said, 10. He goes, 10. I said, Johnny, you do know your numbers. And with your grin on his face, he said, Johnny, you do know your numbers. sense of humor. And he
Yes.
was just that little, and it was from you.
Yeah, well, he was born with it. It was in the genes.
I wanted it. I wanted it.
Because he'd get bugging mom about something, either some kind of game or a toy.
I would say, I don't want to like it. We pushed him in the stroller down Eaton Street, and the back of the stroller flipped by, and he thought we were going to push him that way. He said, I don't want to like it. Poor little kid. I remember that. How about yours?
Oh, get by the tusk. Oh, you don't look like you're scared at all. No, get by the tusk. Oh my God. Are you catching this? Yeah. Oh, they got it. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you. They got it.
You're just hanging out with your buddy.
Wait.
All right.
Like a zombie. Our brother's birthday.
Happy birthday to me. And Andrea's birthday is next week.
Well, that's next week.
Oh,
His birthday was the
Years, man.
26th.
that's right. And Brother David's
I
birthday.
used to be 5'11" and a half. I'm actually down a half inch.
Yeah, I shrunk. I was 5'11" and a half, and then when I went in for surgery, she's out talking, so I was 5'11" and a half. She, well, you're like 5'8" and a half or something like that, lost 2 inches maybe.
That's right.
You know, I found out because I tried on some old pants the other day, and they're like, that much too long. It's
I
like,
know.
Oh yeah, drag it over the heel.
it's like,
Well,
that
none of my
happened.
pants get long. Like some of my slacks are big and long.
Or short. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We all have a, Hannah will be back on Saturday. You haven't seen her in a while. She's now taller than Tony. She's
Wow.
5'3".
Oh my gosh.
And she's so old.
12. Now I heard, but Dad, when he was 12, was 6 feet tall, right?
Oh, yeah.
Was it 12?
6'12".
And you played baseball. What was that league called?
Little in that. David played in that.
You played baseball, right?
Yes.
Ammonite?
Yep.
What position did you play?
Pitched.
You pitched?
Yes,
I don't remember that.
I do.
I thought.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But David played in that.
Yep, he taught me how to throw my first curveball.
Must be an art to that, I don't know.
It's very hard.
Bless
It's
you.
very,
I
very
read a
hard.
little story about him teaching David how to hit.
It's not hard to throw a curveball. It's hard to throw a curveball and have it go where you want.
Yeah. And it's also hard to throw a curveball 20 years after you threw one because your arm is
He wants to buy 1 pint of ice cream, which costs 25 cents, all right?
Oh, yeah, to cut and
We all,
slice.
yeah, and Jim would make sure that when I put that knife in, it's exactly 1/3, he would get exactly 1/3 of that pint of ice cream, remember? To the millimeter, it had to be just so, right? Okay. Oh, you got it too.
Mr.
You got it.
Precise.
And with 3, it's hard. With 2, it's really
So we
simple.
just go boing right in
You know,
the
you just tell one, okay, you cut it and you pick.
Right.
And then it's done. And the kids are, what? But that's not fair. Yes, it is. Whoever's cutting it is gonna really make sure it's even, because otherwise they're gonna get small.
Because the other guy will pick the bigger sign.
Or sometimes I would just buy Neapolitan, because there are 3 flavors
stripes.
anyway, and I said, which one do you want? And then you took it. Right?
Yeah.
David didn't have that kind of.
I remember a job you had. I don't know how long you did it, maybe one summer. You were an ice cream boy. You
That's
pedaled the
right.
bike that had the ice cream cart in the front of the bike.
Really?
Do you remember that?
Sure.
Yeah?
I remember that because I did that.
Now,
Oh,
did-
was
When
you?
did you pedal on,
who
on
worked at R&S Shoes? Was that Jim?
We did.
You did?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
R&F shoes?
R&S Shoes, I remember that in
You mean
Hanover.
down Holman Avenue?
No, on Calumet.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about Nelson Drugstore earlier.
Mhm.
I had worked at it, and so did Jimmy. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, I
And
don't
down-
know about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, down in the basement, we'd mix huge vats of this ammoniated
Elixirs
cough
of some-
I've
mixture.
heard about that.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
Oh.
that?
Yeah, clear your sinuses and anything else you had.
You're the same.
No, we'd mix
So you
this.
remember that?
Yes.
Helping to mix that?
Sure.
Oh,
And you have to, a little spigot on the bottom of it, and we'd fill 4-ounce bottles, 8-ounce bottles. Then we had a little printing press, we'd print labels. And then there was other drugstores that wanted to handle it, but they wanted their name on labels, so we put their name on it. And it was a pretty big business from the little corner drugstore.
wow. And in the sub-basement, they had a different front bar. Money.
Well, I tell you what, we sold gallons of it to at that time, the Chicago stockyards was still slaughtering cattle right there at the stockyards. They would buy these big jugs of cough syrup and let the guys that are slaughtering cattle nip on that stuff.
Shovel of that.
Because there was a lot of alcohol in it, plus the ammonia.
Why didn't they buy them booze?
No, they can't let them drink, but they let them drink.
Give them some medicine, there you go.
That's right. I got cough. Okay.
But at Nelson's Drugstore, now, being I was younger, I was really impressed about this. I remember this, maybe you don't. You came home from work from Nelson's Drugstore and you were working the soda fountain
Yeah.
counter, and you came home and you said, oh, guess what I did today, Linda? And I said, what, Jimmy? Because I thought you were just like magic because you stood behind the counter. You said, I made a shake with every single flavor and shook it up and drank it. How did it taste? You said, well, I threw up.
Every flavor.
And so I couldn't wait to tell my friends, my brother made this shake with every flavor and then he threw up.
It's easy to detect.
Well, yeah, I spent quite a few years there working after school from Hammond High School, and when I was going to Purdue Extension, I used to work there after school.
That's right.
But when they were training me to become a soda jerk, the fountain lever, if you go this way, it's just like soda water. If you go that way, it's high pressure. Well, when you're mixing a Coke or something, you gotta put the Coke syrup in. You do the high pressure, get started, then you fill it that way. And Bob Nelson, the owner of the business, was showing me how you do it. And so I said, okay, put the Coke syrup in it. And I hit the high pressure, but the Lily cup, if you remember those paper cups, the lip of it was too far near the screen, so I hit that, splashed all over his face. You know, he said, why did you do that? I said, I don't know. So for a while he used to call me, I don't know. True story. And they also used to make their own chocolate syrup. Part of our job. Back of the pharmacy, they had a regular old gas grill. And you could cook on it. They had a big pot. So we had bags of cocoa powder and sugar and things in there. We had to mix that. Well, it's cooking. Now the other thing is you got to make sure that you kept stirring it because it could burn.
Oh,
And that smells pretty bad in the store. But while you're doing that, you also have to mop the floor. So a lot of times you get that started, go out and mop the floor, go back and stir, go back and mop the floor. One time, it was a Saturday morning, and chocolate was cooking, and I was out there mopping, and somebody wanted a pack of cigarettes, and I'm busy there, and all of a sudden I smell the chocolate. Oh no, wasn't even fit to eat, you know.
Description.
So you
Yeah.
brought it home for us.
Yeah, I said, here's a good treat
I
for
sold
you
it
to
for 25 cents.
get. Put it in a bottle, yeah. Recycled chocolate syrup is really good.
And remembering, do you remember when David was real little, he didn't like to get dirty back then. He would come, if he even played and got dirty, let's say he went to pick up a baseball that had mud on it, but he was little. He'd come in and go, somebody wash me. He didn't want to get dirty.
And didn't you teach David how to play chess?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or did you start with checkers?
Taught me chess, and he deliberately made sure I wasn't as, he didn't teach me everything, so he could still beat me.
Right?
See, I had fun because being the eldest in the family,
You could beat up.
well, yes, I have to admit that. I let all my power, I would buy, see, back in those days, you could buy a bag full of candy for 25 cents. And what I would do is split it in 2 little bags, and I would tell Jimmy and Andrea they have to fish for this
That was
candy.
my idea,
I
fishing
know,
for the
but
packets of candy.
they'd have to go try to catch the string with the bag of candy
On the side of Grandma's porch?
off the top of the porch, yeah. And just when they were getting it, I'd pull it up.
I thought you were gonna say, you put it in 2 bags of candy and charge them each 25 cents.
Quarter, yeah, that's
You are
what.
Jewish.
Hey, guess, yeah, put the P back in Kalan, right?
Well, I also remember that, what was your first job, Jim?
My first job,
Was that a first job somewhere?
let's see. I was almost 5 years old.
Oh, okay, this is a job at 5 years old.
Run.
He's counting earning money if you would pay him not to beat you up.
Oh, you like bribes. There you go. And I remember, this, Jim would never know what to save meant. You know, like you save your quarter or whatever for your allowance. And I would always save my quarter. And I'd save up and I'd go to the store and buy something nice like art supplies and a toilet. And Jim would ask my mother, how did she get that? And my mother said, she saved her allowance. That's how. And Jim couldn't understand, oh, you mean instead of spending it right away, you could save it and then buy something really nice. Remember that? And then I would save my dessert, like jello or whatever. I didn't want right away to eat before bedtime. So Jim would look at me, whose is that? That's Andrea's. Yeah, but I want, well, that's Andrea's. She's saving it for later, right? Remember, you didn't remember what saving it for later meant.
Yeah,
Yeah, do you remember that now?
yes,
You saved it for later.
exactly.
It's later than you think.
Okay. It's a beautiful day.
It's a gorgeous day. Jim's gonna come over and see everybody.
Yep.
I've gotta have a
Oh, you did?
Slow it down.
I'm gonna go to the gun, yes, I'm just kidding.
Multiple crescendo.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
1, 2, 3.
nitric molecules, and I asked him, what do you call that? He said, it's trinitro chicken wire. And he laughed.
Are you serious?
Serious.
Yeah, he laughed. Andrea.
Happy birthday to you. All of you. Happy birthday, dear Andy.
And Andrea.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, wow.
Not all the kids are here.
Not all the kids.
That's
Come on,
okay.
tell them to come in.
Many more birthdays
To Andrea.
Many more birthdays to you.
Colin.
Many more birthdays, dear Andy. Many more birthdays to you.
Oh, my. What a crowd. Okay, is this the last
We
surprise?
had 7, and then 5, and then 1 to grow on.
75.
Oh,
Yay!
thank you. Okay, I hope that works.
Big ones, big ones.
Whoa!
You just spit on the cake. Good thing my teeth didn't come out. Geez. They're right in the middle of that thing.
I like pink.
Oh,
Well, you're gonna have
my gosh.
I like pink.
She likes
I
pink.
like pink also.
You know, if you say no enough,
I don't know.
thinks they're on.
I like pink.
Pink.
Well, that is just
I don't know, they
wonderful.
had pink.
They are.
Now, next
So are
week,
you.
we're coming
No,
back.
No, okay.
For Andrea's
Yeah,
birthday.
it's all right.
No, no.
We're gonna come down here.
No, I mean,
Like Livingston.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I was
So we
just.
got 2 Andreas and
Oh,
2
the meet
Andys.
between, okay.
This is fantastic. 2 Andreas and
Yeah.
2 Andys.
Andrew, do you want some cake?
Two James.
Andrew, do you
Yeah.
want some cake?
Yes, of course. She's nice.
Is that good?
That's good enough, thank you.
Did you wish Uncle Andy a happy birthday?
Yes, you did.
You can put a tan of soup in here. I'm gonna get you some ice cream and cake.
When's your
Would you
birthday
like some?
coming pretty soon?
Would you like some ice cream and cake?
October. Well, we have to wait a long time. Darn.
In the sun.